Yo, what's up guys, this is HappyNo with another Guild Wars 2 PvP video, and this time with the Sword and Dagger Thief, like the most beloved one by you guys. And of course it is, to be honest, my secret favorite profession because it is still one of the hardest to master and to know how to play. And because I'm seeing like only people playing some weird dead-eye builds that requires no brain or no tactics and no strategy, I'm still going for my Sword and Dagger Thief on Battle of Kylo, the best map for thieves, and I will also show you why it is like that. Because of course the 1000 spots that you can use to port, and here at the beginning of the fight, waiting for the enemy players to make a first move, I'm going for on the point to just get some ticks, trying to get something going on here. The Necro used his spectral form or spectral walk, and I waited just for him to port back before I steal. And here I had some really weird lag spikes because I wanted to do something else, and I just decided to go with my elite skill to distract the enemy players and to make the Necro also waste the last of his abilities. He used his elite skill, I remained there on the high ground to not get CC'd from his ability, and then I had Frostball as an enemy. My next focus was him, but I decided to try and bait him to the point, but I got the decap before he joins me here. Yeah, he had to waste some abilities. I go with the Ectoplasma and just auto attack him here. The Ectoplasma allows me to get a nice kill onto him. He should have ran away from me, but I guess he had no abilities left. And I go for some slow walk, slow poking, because I knew I had my steel up, I could interrupt any kinds of revives. And here I do a poison field with the Dagger Storm, applying multiple poison stacks to enemy players. Here I get the kill on this guy, but sadly he manages to down my other guy, but he get revived from my ally who's on respawn. And this guy just interrupts me, but I thought he already wasted that, which was my mistake, and I don't want to waste that much time. But we won this nice situation here while we had one guy on respawn. We got the win on that close note. So we have double node ownership. I don't want it to overextend that much, but I had also of course to watch my team, what they are doing and where they are. Here I tried to just fool a little bit this guy, trying to make him waste some abilities, the Scourge, and I was able to. And he again tries to CC me here. I again bait him here on the close point, so he's not a threat to my allies. And yeah, the goal was to do that, and I was able to get it, to manage that. Pretty nice. Some auto attacks here going on with my sword. I wanted to stop the revive, but it was not so easy because a lot of conditions onto me, a lot of CCs, so I just decide here to do some work. The Dragon Hunter did actually pretty nice here by healing me with his wings, allowing me to stay more mobile, to remove some conditions off me, and of course to heal me up, which is like the most important one. And here I just double fear those two guardians. But it was pretty dangerous to try and get the revive because you can see it here. Frostball joins here with a Chaos Storm, doing pretty high work, interrupting us both, and they also get the Scourge of us down. I had to retreat here because I was not able to land my steel, and he just managed to get it in time. He had like one tick to lose the cap. One freaking tick. I wanted to re-engage there on the battle, but I decided to go ahead and go try to bait a little bit the enemy players again. And the baiting is, how to say it, working pretty fine, because always they try to chase me here, and here again it was really dangerous to stay there. I just had to retreat because of the Days mantra. He can trigger that from the distance, and it is just pretty annoying to get caught by that. Once you get caught, you are not even able to activate your ectoplasm, and do some work. And here you can see it here what I'm doing. I just do work. I failed here my steal, which was really stupid, and I still don't understand why I steal to the shield blocks, but it was just like an effect. But you see what I do, I just get the decap on mid and keep on moving. Why I keep on moving? Because of this. The Scourge pulls this guy. We are in a 3v2 situation. I'm doing quick work here, getting 2 kills, and go back to the next points there. I go immediately with my elite against Frostbolt because he could have done a lot of damage onto me. I try to fear this guy. I try better said to make him waste his stability, and you can see it here. Now I outplay him pretty hard. He uses his shield, so I know he will port onto me. He ports with his sword too, and I report with Shadow Stab and sword too, which is just like an evil genius plan from me to stay alive. Because as I also mentioned on a few other videos of mine, you have to have an eye on the enemy players, what they have to do, what they can do, what skills they wasted, and where to go ahead. You can see it here, the Guardian, I waited a little bit. If I was sure that I'm able to get him, I just go for it. And you can also see that I stay a little bit too long here off point in the mid fights. Meanwhile, I could have decapped our close point. And the reason for that is of course that I want to distract the enemy players a little bit, try to make them more, less mobile with my dancing daggers and just interrupting them. Since we have 2 caps, it was not so important for me to decap the 3rd point. It was more important to secure some kills and have the upper hand on like every situation that was going on. Boom, another kill, which is again great. And here I needed a little bit from my team, a little bit more that they target me enemy players, because that would have helped me like quite a lot. And here we have 2 people. I try to get the decap, dodging a little bit around, and again you can see it here playing around the players. So they were going back to their close point, meanwhile I'm again on the midpoint, just baiting them back there. And you can see that. And meanwhile my team has double nodes. The enemy players are nowhere. They have to stay on their close point, they have to regroup. I steal again really badly here, but we were able to get the kill, which is pretty nice. I wanted first to go again for the decap, but I was not so sure what are the enemy players doing there. Auto attacking the Necro, removing some conditions from my allies and myself, and then just joining here with some cluster bomb, getting the kill onto that guy. But I don't know if Maiju got killed here. Yeah, he gets killed. I go with the Dagger Storm to just try and reflect some damage. I knew it would have not so much effect, but still trying to get some damage going on to enemy players, because Dagger Storm helps you a lot. And 4 people of the enemy players, or even 5, cleaving one guy, and you stay in the middle of that, you will first of all reflect projectiles, and the second one apply heavy damage. And here I get a kill, but I said I get it down, but of course because they have the Scourge and the man advantage, I was not able to get so much going on. Here really bad move, I should have retreated, but I knew that if I go mid, the Guardians would also port onto me, and I would have probably died on both ways, either if I go far or stay mid. And from here on it gets really interesting, because I also get distracted from the rotations of my team. They start doing really bad rotations, and I waste my Shadow Stab and ports immediately to watch for my close point. And here the worst part happens, that if you get snowballed once, it is hard to get back. I use my elixir because Frostbolt uses here a spot where you can't port, and it is really tricky here to fight someone. And you can see it here, he just manages to get that what he wanted. I'm applying 11 stacks of bleeding onto me, and I was not able to get rid of it. So from here on, after I die, which is like on all of my games, after I die once or twice, my entire team starts to fail. From here on, it starts to get really bad for my team, because you can see it here. We are fighting on 3 caps, which is not so great. And we are starting to get snowballed right now. I'm not so sure. We also lose close point, yeah. Because you can see it here, we have 2 people, but no one is trying to get on the point, which is bad. And if I go now for the fight, which I was doing for some reasons, because I was not understanding my team why they were staying here off point. That was a really bad move. And here I again not getting help that much for some reason, because Maijo is still here, but he was failing a little bit his corrupts, or I don't know what. I had to stay back again because of the Frostbolt joining here again, and it really just gets so difficult and dangerous here, because I fail again my steal here. Or no? Do I fail? Yeah, I fail. The steal fail was pretty hard. But what happens here is I waited for the distortion to disappear, but he gets in a mirror and he again avoids that. And you can see it here how fast it can go. 3 cap for the enemy players, and of course a lot of kills of their side, which means for each kill 5 points. And I died here now for the third time. And yeah, I died again twice because of my own mistakes, failing that so much. But now my goal is just to try and get decaps. And how to get decaps is just to try and outplay the enemy players. And here, if I would have not attacked this guy, probably I would have got the decap here, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, my team has a cap, which is nice, and I just try here to get the decaps. What I do is, he wasted his sword attack, and I knew that he would have Judge's Intervention up, but I decided to go on our close point, and if he would have joined me, I would have just gone back to the midpoint. And for some reason the Guardian just, I don't know if he realized it a little bit too late or decided a little bit too late. He decides to join me here. I go for some caps. He already used his sword, so he will have only probably his Judge's Intervention, and he failed his Judge's Intervention because he used it a little bit too early. So I just got that what I wanted, got a double decap, and now I go for the close cap, full cap of course, because I even had some ticks that if you remember it. And yeah, my team is failing on the other points a little bit, but we just needed 1 cap to get the win, and I got the cap. And I try now to get something more like a decap on their far point, but I decided to play it a little bit passive, watch out for the enemy players. And what I see there, a nice little mesmer trying to decap our close and just waiting to get hunted down. And with the ectoplasms, I'm just able to make quick work out of it. The Necro tried to revive, but not possible, especially if I get help from my allies here to apply some more damage. And here, a nice little port, no one is checking me out, getting that decap pretty fast. And even if they would have snowballed here or decapped our close point, I got double decap here again, and they would have had no chance anyways. So the game was done, and you saw a little bit how it is difficult once you get snowballed to get out of it, but it is possible. Never give up. That's the lesson of this video. And Battle of Kylo, best map for Thief players, and you can see it here. I got top stat offense because I decapped a lot of points, fighted a lot on the enemy points, and for some reason, and I just really wonder, the Dragon Hunter got top stat kills, which is really interesting. I don't know, was I showing you the build? I just had to check it. I reached rank 80. Yeah, the build is like basically my meta build, and I showed it on a lot of videos, but showing it here one more time. Sigil of Exploitation, Sigil of Opportunity, 10% damage bonus to enemies under 50%, Sigil of Agility on the short bow with Sigil of Energy, and Marauder Amulet with Rune of Infiltration. This is just, yeah, power precision and 10% damage bonus to enemies under 50% HP, which means with the 2 sigils you will have a 20% damage bonus against enemies under 50%, and if you use Cloak and Dagger, you will also get 5 seconds of vigor after you stealthed which is pretty nice in certain situations. And basically it's the meta build for Sword and Dagger. Nothing has changed even after the update. And yeah, it is still pretty solid in my opinion. If you have a team that knows how to play with a thief, you will have an easy games. You can create new situations, change the game, as you saw here on this video. I got decaps, I got a fast kill on the Mesmer and just turned the game for our side. And that was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And now, as always, 3 of my other videos which you can watch or not. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only for the people who want to, of course. If you don't want it, don't do it. That was HappyNo, the Guild Wars 2 Pro, with some nice and decent, smooth Sword and Dagger gameplay. And I see you in my next videos. Bye bye all.